Now, once we are done with the count ways logic, now we have to add the logic for safe area. We have to check for whether it's a safe area to place the queen or not. And now you have to check for three things. Whether queen, first we are going to check in the same column but above the rows. Or second thing, we have to check in the upper left diagonal, and then we have to check for the upper right diagonal. So we have to write code three times. Okay, we have to write down three different loops. So let's start writing one by one. So first of all, check if there is a queen in same column and above row. All right. So first thing, we are going to check if there is a queen in same column but above the rows and above any of the above row. So int I equals to row, then I will be greater than equals to 0, I minus minus. And then if board of I of column already contains true, so you will return false. Now what it simply means that you are inside the array, that's a 2D array. Okay, so there is a 2D array here, and now inside this array I just want to check whether it's a safe area or not. So what we'll be doing is that suppose you are here, you want to place a queen here. So first of all, you need to check in the same column but above row. So that's why I'm taking a loop for rows only and decrementing the rows one by one. So you are in this row, then keep on going upwards. So you need to decrement the loop here and now check if there is already a true in the same column or not. Okay, otherwise simply return false. All right. So simply return false if there is a queen available in above row. Now you have to check in upper left diagonal. In upper left diagonal, what will be the logic? That this time, in the first one, we just have to decrement the I. We just decrement I. But now we have to traverse in the row and column both. So I and J both will decrement. In this case, we have to decrement I and J as well. All right. Now, when you will go in this direction, so I will be decremented, but J will be incremented in upper right. But in upper left, you have to do in the same one, you have to do I minus 1. So these are the three different scenarios. Now we have to check in upper left diagonal. So for int I equals to row, comma J equals to column, then I is greater than equals to 0 and J is also greater than equals to 0, I minus minus and J minus minus. This is what we have to write. And now just write if board of I of J contains true already, not J. I will name it as column. Okay, not column, actually we will put it J. Yeah, so it will be J and now return false. So it means if there is a queen in upper left or in the upper left diagonal, so return false. And now the final logic will be for I minus minus and J plus plus. Now we have to check in upper right diagonal. So how do we get in upper right diagonal? I minus minus but J plus plus. So J will be initialized with column, and then from the current column it will go to the less than board dot length and J will be incremented. So it becomes J plus plus. Now I will say if board IJ, then return false. Otherwise, if any of them is not returning false, so at the end, I am going to return true. So it means you can place the queen at that particular position. It means it is safe. Okay, so is safe is going to be called, and in the is safe function, I am checking if I can place a queen or not. So inside is safe function, I have three different logic. One is checking in the if there is a queen in same column but above row. One is checking in upper left diagonal, and one is checking in upper right diagonal. Now, if any of them will return false, so this if will not work. And now if I get true in the output, so it means it's a safe area to place the queen. Now the whole logic is completed. There is still one thing that is missing, that is backtracking. We have not introduced backtracking yet. The logic is completed, but there is no backtracking logic here. So finally, if we have to add the backtracking code, we just need to add only one statement that board current row and column will become false, and that's it. So this is the backtracking code. Okay. Now, how exactly this is backtracking? Why it's a backtracking code? Because now once my recursion is completed, it will start doing fallback part. Now, when it gets to fallback, then it will put false wherever it has placed true. Simple enough. So at particular current row and column, it might have placed true. So then it is going to place false at that particular position. That's it. So now this is the n queen problem, and at the end, once you return 1, so just do one thing, print total queen placed. You can simply write here total queen placed, then you are just going to call. Actually, right now, just print this count variable. Right now, we don't have anything to print. So I'm just going to print this count variable at the end. Okay, not even here. Later on, what we can do, we can add one thing that we just need to print where exactly you have placed the queen. So let's print this count variable and check if this code is working. So the output is 2. The next version of this code will be that if we can show the particular places where you have placed the queen. So now let's understand once how exactly backtracking is working for this particular code. So we'll start one by one that we have a 2D array. Okay. We already have this as a 2D array. Now, if you have a 2D array and that is of Boolean type, so it means all the indexes by default will contain false. Okay. All the index by default contains false. Let me draw a new matrix, a small matrix here. Okay. And there are 4 rows and 4 columns. So first of all, in all the particular boxes, we already have placed false because it's a 2D array of Boolean type. So when you create a Boolean type array, it simply writes false everywhere. Okay. This is how exactly your array is right now. It's not mandate to write false everywhere, but this is just to make you understand. So the first thing is we are going to iterate. The logic will start from here that for call is equals to 0, column is less than board current row dot length. That is okay. Now get inside the safe area to check if this is a safe area to place the queen. So it means we are checking at the 0, 0. So definitely it will return true for you because we are not able to check anywhere. This loop will not work. This will not work. This will not work. At the end, you are going to return true. So it means is safe will return true. And now once is safe returns true, you can place a true here. So it means a queen is placed here. Simple. Queen is placed here. Now once a queen is placed in my current row, right now the current row was 0. Current row was 0. Now it becomes 1 because it will increment the current row by 1 and then loop will restart for the next row. Now we are in this row. Now in this row, what exactly will happen? It will again check if this particular place is safe or not. Now once it will start checking for this particular place, it will get inside this Boolean is safe function. Now if I is equals to row, I greater than equals to 0, I minus minus 1. If board I is and column, then if it already contains true at any of the place in the above row, so it will return false. So you can see there is already a true in the above row, so it will return false. So it means it's not a safe area. So now this is the first time that our loop will increment. So now first time the column was 0, Now the value of column is 1. Okay, current row is 1 and column is also 1. It means now we are going to check at this point whether we can place a queen here or not. So again, it will go to the safe area, but this time it will find that queen is available at this upper left diagonal. So it means queen cannot be placed over here as well. Then column will become 2. So it means now I'm going to check whether I can place a queen here or not. So now I know that we cannot place a queen. We can place a queen here. So it will go to the safe function and then check whether there is a queen here, here, or here. But it will not find out any true here. So it means now I can place a queen. Instead of this false, it will become true. And now current row will move to this and current row becomes 2. Current row becomes 2. Column again becomes 0. But remember earlier column, I iterated till column 2. So you can even write in the first iteration, column, the first time the loop executed only once. Second row, the column loop executed 3 times. Now for the third row. For third row, column becomes 0. So when column is 0, it means it will try to place a queen here, but it cannot place a queen in this. Then column becomes 1. Then it will try to place a queen here, but because of upper right, it won't be possible. Then it will try to place here, again not possible. Then it will try to place here, again not possible because of upper left. Now finally, we know that this loop is completed if part is not executed even once. So for loop is finally completed. Now once a for loop is completed, then it is going to jump to this statement, return count, and whenever you return something, you always goes to the last time where exactly you called. So now it will go back to this count. Now it will go back to this count and then it will execute your next line. Okay, so last time where exactly we called the count ways. At this point we called the count ways function. So it means it will jump directly to this block and make it false. So this is how backtracking will work in this case. So what exactly happened? So once return count executes, so it is going to this line and then after this line is going to be executed. Now what is current row? If you will backtrack, if you will fall back, so current row was 1. And when current row was 1, so column was 2. And when column was 2, then the value of current row is 1 and column is 2. So put false there. So it has implemented, it has executed false here. Now again, this loop will continue and the column will become 3. Because in the second iteration, column only executed 0, 1, 2. But now the last iteration was remaining. So now finally this last iteration will execute. And for the live, obviously in the last iteration, it will say that it's a safe area to place a queen. So now finally it is going to place a queen here. It is going to place a queen here. Now after this, we'll move to the next row. So let's talk about the row number 3. Now the current row becomes 2 again. Now in third row, we are going to check. So first it is going to check whether we can place queen here. No. So it will find out that it's a safe area to place queen here. So it will directly put the queen here. Now once a queen is placed here, how many times the third row has been executed? For column value 0 and for column value 1. My loop has been executed. Okay, simple. Just keep track of each and every iteration. Now after this, it will go to the next part. Now current row becomes 3. The value of current row becomes 3. And now time for the fourth row. Now for the fourth row, we cannot place queen here. 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 So column value will be 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now the loop is completed. Once loop is completed, it will directly go back to this. So it will fall back, execute the next statement. So it is now going to be executed at this point. So Once it falls back, it will get back here when your current row was 2 and column was 1. So it means it is going to put false here. It is going to put false here. So let me write false here. So now once it write false here, it will try to execute the loop for 0, for 1, then for 2. It means now it will try to put true here, but cannot place. Then it will try to put true here, but cannot put true on any of the place. So now finally it will return again. And after return, it will go back to this point. So third iteration is finished. So it will now go to the second iteration and it is already completed. So it will again return, again fall back. So whenever it will do fallback, it will always place false there. It is going to place a false here. Now once it again return, and then because all the iterations are completed, so you can see all the iterations are completed, again return. So return to iteration number 1. So now after doing all the fallbacks, finally current row becomes 0 again. And column was 0. And now it will do column equals to 1 for the first iteration that we executed for the first row. And then it is already false. When it became false, when you did the fallback part, then it became false. And now for column is equals to 1, then it is going to check is safe again for this particular box. Now it will check if this is a safe area. Yes, it's a safe area. So put true. It is going to put true here. Now once it is going to put the true here, current row becomes 1. Now in this row, it will check whether we can place a queen here. No, here, no, here, no. For here, it will return true. So it means we are going to place a queen here. Then it is going to do current row as 2. Now once current row becomes 2, it will execute for the third row. We can place directly a queen here on the first. So it will place a queen here. Then last one. So you can understand that for the first time iteration was 0 and 1. For second time iteration was 0, 1, 2 and 3. On the third iteration we got true. Third time the loop executed only for 1. Fourth time loop executed for call is equals to 0, 1, 2. So first it became 0, then became 1 and became 2. So now here it is going to put true here. It is going to put true, and finally once it puts true, current row plus 1 will become 4. Okay, current row was 3 and now current row becomes 4. Now once current row becomes 4, our base case will be executed and it is going to return 1 to my count variable. So finally for the very first time count becomes 1. I hope now it is clear till here. So finally when your count becomes 1, then it is going to again do the backtrack. So it will start finding out the solution number 2. So it will do false here, move them ahead, but keep on doing the things, keep on repeating the things, because every time it will call for the next column, they all will filled up with the false. So it will again do backtrack till here. Okay, why till here? Because this is the last place where we executed our loop, and now column will become 2 for the first one, and then again start doing the recursive process. So this is how our complete logic of nQueen executed. So now I hope you are able to understand, you are clear with this logic execution of nQueen problem.